B-R-O-K-E, broke?
Broke.
Like broke?
Like, no money.
No money.
Yeah.
Like net worth what?
Negative.
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 He made me feel this big. This big. That moment completely changed my career. It made people look down on me.
Toni Braxton recently shared her harrowing experience with Oprah Winfrey, revealing how she was almost sacrificed by Oprah to further her own career. This incident has come to light through a series of resurfaced videos in which Toni describes the humiliating experience. Fans are now reacting strongly, pointing out a disturbing pattern in Oprah's treatment of black entertainers on her show. Toni Braxton appeared on Oprah's show at a time when she was facing severe financial difficulties, including bankruptcy and dealing with various health issues. The last thing she expected was for Oprah to tear her down and embarrass her, making her appear irresponsible. However, this is exactly what happened, and as a result, Toni's career and reputation took a significant hit. Fans are now highlighting that this seems to be Oprah's modus operandi. Whenever black entertainers appear on her show, she does everything she can to make them look bad. Those who dare to oppose Oprah find out just how much of a bully she can be.
So freaking mean to me. I was in shock.
Do you take responsibility for the situation that you're in right now?
100%.
100%.
100%. I couldn't believe it because
This has been the case for other celebrities like Monique and Ludacris. During the interview, Oprah made Toni feel incredibly small, as if her financial struggles were entirely her own fault. At that time, Toni was tens of millions of dollars in debt and had to file for bankruptcy. She was also dealing with rumors in the media about her debt being due to a lavish lifestyle, which she claims was not true. Despite being one of the most successful R&B artists of her generation, selling over 40 million records, Toni found herself in a dire financial situation. Toni Braxton's journey began in a highly religious family, where she started singing in her church choir. She later became part of the singing group The Braxtons, along with her 4 sisters, Tracy, Tawanda, Trina, and Tamar. Her talent caught the eye of music executive Antonio Lareed and producer Kenneth Babyface Edmonds, who signed her to their label. In July 1993, her self-titled album was released under their label, achieving tremendous commercial and critical success. The album peaked at #1 on the US Billboard 200 and charted in the top 10 in Australia, Canada, Germany, New Zealand, and the UK. It featured timeless singles like Another Sad Love Song and Breathe Again, and earned her 3 Grammy Awards and 3 American Music Awards. The album was also certified 8 times platinum. Her next album, Secrets, released in 1996, was even more impressive. It achieved everything her first album did and more, selling 15 million copies internationally. This album gave us some of the biggest singles of Toni's career, such as Unbreak My Heart and You're Making Me High.
Unbreak My Heart, Toni Braxton.
By this point, Toni Braxton had become a household name. With tens of millions of albums sold worldwide, she had made many people very rich, except herself. In 1998, Toni Braxton, the international superstar, had to file for bankruptcy. This was the same year she made her Broadway debut as Belle in Beauty and the Beast. The root of her financial troubles lay in a heated lawsuit with her record label over their refusal to pay her what she was worth. Toni was signed to LaFace Records, but she had a distribution deal with Arista Records. This meant that whatever profits her music generated were divided in so many ways before reaching her. When the money finally got to her, she had to pay Uncle Sam, her manager, her team, and everyone else, leaving her with very little. You would think that Oprah, being in the business herself, would understand how these things worked. However, when Toni appeared on The Oprah Winfrey Show in March 1998, Oprah did not hold back. She accused Toni of buying Gucci silverware, which she, Oprah, didn't even have.
First of all, I didn't know Gucci made silverware. When you had Gucci silverware and baby grand pianos, and you're used to wearing $5,000 and $6,000 and $7,000 gowns at a time, and spending $500 on a pair of shoes, do you take responsibility for the situation that you're in right now?
100%.
100%.
100%.
How did that happen?
Because I allowed all my finances to become everyone else's finances. That's pretty much how I got here. A lot of the, you wear the, like you said, the expensive dresses and the shoes and all that kind of stuff. But what was happening, I was financing personally with my career the image that everyone sees. I was the one financing it.
But most people are,
Exactly.
because the old studio days are long gone
Exactly.
with Elizabeth Taylor.
But if someone's making $170, $180 million and I got 1/20th or 100th of that, it makes it almost virtually impossible. It's my fault because I trusted and I believed, and I came to Atlanta and I met all these wonderful people and I trusted them and they believed in me and my talent, and I was like, they have to
But
be
you
like
trusted them with your money.
I know, right? I really did.
You did.
I really did.
So you didn't like handle all your checks and sign all your checks?
I didn't do that. I would get my money and transfer it over
To other people.
to other people. Sometimes it went directly to those people because, for
that's
instance, I'm out
bad.
on the road. I know all these, and I would watch your show and I'd hear you say, you and Bill Cosby, and you say, make sure you sign all your checks.
Sign all your
those
checks.
things.
Yeah.
But you started that way.
You didn't believe us?
I just believed in everyone else. I believed in everyone else. I'm trying to master the artistry, the singing, and I'm singing on stage and I'm on tour for almost a year, and a lot of times, it's
Oprah criticized Toni for wearing expensive gowns and shoes, making her look like she was financially reckless. Toni explained that she was personally financing her career and the image everyone saw.
I read that you were upset about stories that your overspending caused this. Because it would appear, and you can explain to us whatever you want to explain to us, but it would appear that even if you don't believe that you got the percentage that you felt that you got, you still knew that there was a certain amount of money coming in.
Exactly.
And exactly. And you overspent that amount of money.
Well, I was doing math. 1 + 1 is 2 all day long, all across the world. And I was still coming up negative. So I'm thinking that I've sold over 20 million records, so money's going to come in. And a lot of times you only get a check twice a year.
Oh, do you?
That's what happens, like when the statements come in. So I'm thinking, okay, I'll have money coming in. I'm touring, this big national headlining tour. Money's coming in, but then there's no money's coming in.
So were you spending, okay, that's the key there, Toni.
Okay.
Are you spending money when there's no money coming in?
I was spending money on touring. Touring is very expensive. Like, you know this, Oprah. You're here in the studio. You have to pay for these lights. You have to, you have to pay for every single thing.
I need to go home soon.
Right?
Yes, it's very expensive.
Very expensive. So when you go to a concert, everything you see, that person
People have to bring there, yes.
Exactly. So
These chairs, we're paying
exactly,
for
you
these.
pay for the chairs, you pay for the
Everything.
props and everything. So I invested a lot of money in my career. A lot of money in my career. For example, a lot of the artists of my caliber would get tour support. I didn't get tour support. I got a loan. So while I'm touring, I have to pay the loan back, and as well as the cost of touring. So it was something where I couldn't get out of the box.
So what is it that you've learned?
Most artists of her caliber would get tour support, but she got a loan instead. This meant she had to pay back the loan while covering the cost of touring, making it nearly impossible to stay afloat. Despite her efforts, she couldn't generate enough income to cover her expenses. Oprah's harsh criticism during the interview made Toni feel even more humiliated and misunderstood. Oprah suggested that Toni's bankruptcy was due to her reckless spending, ignoring the complexities of the music industry's financial practices. In 2010, Toni faced bankruptcy again.
The Vegas show, I just renewed all my contracts with all my vendors. And then a month later, I got sick.
This time, her financial troubles were compounded by serious health issues. She was diagnosed with microvascular angina, a heart condition, and later with lupus, a hereditary autoimmune disease that had taken her uncle's life. These health problems forced her to cancel her successful Las Vegas residency and withdraw from Dancing with the Stars to undergo surgery for a benign breast tumor. As a result, Toni had to sell off some of her possessions, including her Grammys, to pay off her tax debts.
She has filed for bankruptcy. Appraisers are now taking stock of her personal possessions, her baby grand piano, her Gucci silverware, her Porsche and Lexus. They're even counting her shoes and her Grammys. First of all, I didn't know Gucci.
Despite her best efforts, she still faced a significant amount of debt. By 2012, Toni was ready to tell her side of the story. In a candid interview with ABC, she discussed everything that had led to her 2 bankruptcies. She revealed that the music industry is a world where everyone looks out for their own pockets, but no one cares about the artist who shows up every day to make everyone else happy. Toni broke down the financial realities of being an artist. Despite selling over 40 million records, her royalties were less than $2,000. Artists make only a small percentage of album sales and have to pay back millions to the label for creating, promoting, and selling the album. Toni admitted that she did indulge in home decor and other luxuries, but her financial troubles were largely due to industry exploitation. She trusted her manager, Barry Hankerson, who she later sued for fraud, deception, and double dealing. Hankerson had been placing his personal gain above her interests, and this betrayal added to her financial woes. The interview with Oprah left a lasting impact on Toni. She felt humiliated and reprimanded for her financial struggles, which were largely due to the industry's unfair practices and the mismanagement by those she trusted. Oprah's treatment of Toni was not an isolated incident. Other black entertainers, like Mo'Nique and Ludacris, have reported unlabor racism inosas. Pretty Chris is similar as see that for vashrasolori as a see first experiences. Oprah has been criticized for being judgmental and harsh, particularly towards black guests on her show. Mo'Nique, for instance, had a falling out with Oprah after Oprah brought Mo'Nique's estranged family onto her show without Mo'Nique's consent. This deeply hurt Mo'Nique, who had confided in Oprah about her troubled relationship with her family. Ludacris also faced Oprah's harsh criticism when he appeared on her show to promote his film, Crash. Oprah attacked him for the language in his music, and when the episode aired, it was edited to make it look like Ludacris had no response to her comments. These incidents reveal a troubling pattern in Oprah's behavior. She seems to thrive on sacrificing others and humiliating them on her platform. This has led many to question her motivations and the impact of her actions on the careers and lives of those she targets. In conclusion, Toni Braxton's experience with Oprah Winfrey highlights the harsh realities of the entertainment industry and the additional challenges faced by black entertainers. Despite her incredible talent and success, Toni faced significant financial and personal challenges, exacerbated by unfair treatment from influential figures like Oprah. This story underscores the importance of supporting artists and recognizing the complexities of their financial and personal lives. Toni Braxton's resilience and determination to share her story serve as an inspiration to others facing similar struggles.